Hey guys, so in today's video I will be showing you how I make my wigs. So you will need some bleaching powder, a 30 volume developer. You're not going to need this brush. Instead, we're going to use a plastic butter knife. And then I lost my mixing bowl, so I just used the plastic cup. So you're going to make your bleach. As you know, when you bleach knots, you want your bleach to be pretty thick so it doesn't run through and bleach the hair. So the frontal and bundles I will be using today are from West Kiss Hair. I did not get this hair sent to me. I bought it myself. So far, I really like it. What I did was spray my frontal with some hairspray so I could get the loose hairs laid back. And I like using a butter knife instead of the wig brush because it's just so much easier. With the paintbrush thing, I feel like I can never get the right kind of pressure, and I always just push it through too far, and it's just too much. The knife just kind of makes it feel like you're spreading butter or like cake frosting or something. Like, it's so much easier. So you're gonna flip it over because it's gonna look like you bleached all the spots, but right here and like over here, you did not hit the knots at all. So you're going to want to flip it over and check to see that you have bleach on every single spot that there is hair. So after I let the bleach sit on for about 20 minutes, I am going to rinse it off. And I'm going to use a purple shampoo to tone the lace. I didn't really have issues with mine being brassy, but sometimes if you let it bleach for too long, the lace kind of turns an orangey color, and the purple shampoo counteracts that and makes it normal again. So I just lather it up and I just leave it in my sink for like 10 minutes just to let it sit on the lace. So yeah, after about 10 minutes, whatever, I don't really time it. I just kind of walk away and come back. Then I just rinse off the frontal and then dry it off, and then you're ready to start sewing the wig. Now, the wig head and stand I use are both by GEX. The cork head is about $30 on Amazon, and the wig stand is about $60. I use the size 22 because I make wigs for other people, and I would rather it be a smaller head than a larger head, which can stretch wigs out. This is the cap I'm using, a regular cap from the beauty supply store. You want to put it on so it is stretched. You do not want lumps and bumps because that can mess up how you sew, and it will actually shrink the wig. So I usually double weft like the first two whole bundles. I only start to single weft when I get to the top to make the wig flat. So you're going to want to make sure you're double wefting to begin with. Now, what you're going to do is put your needle only through the mesh fabric of the cap. Do not put it completely through your elastic band. Don't do this. Make sure it's only through the mesh, okay? Then you will put it through your track. Then you're just going to pull it through, and that's going to make sure, it's going to stop because there's a knot at the end of the thread. It will attach the track to the cap. So the only time I go through the weft and through the cap is the first 2 times I sew in the beginning. Otherwise, I go underneath the weft. You do not need to go through your wefts every single time you make a wig. I do it the first 2 times to secure it, and then I'm done. So the way you're going to sew, you're going to put it through, and then you're going to have 2 strings on both sides. Make sure your needle is in between those 2 strings and pull. I'm going to show you a couple more times. So you put it through. This time I'm going underneath the weft, not through it. You're going to have 1 string on the left side, 1 on the right, and you're going to make sure your needle is in the middle. You're going to grab your needle and you're gonna pull it through. Easy. Bing, bang, boom. All done. You're gonna pull it tightly and make sure it's like straight, it's nice, it's cool. Again, do not go through that elastic band or it will affect how your wig stretches around your head. Only go through the mesh fabric at the top layer. That's it. You put your needle through, make sure it's in the middle of the 2 strings on the side, and then you pull it. Now I'm going to show you. You want your stitches to be equal lengths apart. Where I circled, there's a stitch there, a stitch there, a stitch there, and a stitch there. Make sure they are equal lengths apart. That will ensure tightness in your sewing. That's why you don't have to go through the weft. Now, I go through the wefts again at the end just to secure it. So the only times I go through the cap and through the weft is at the beginning and the end. You're going to do that same step. You're going to go through the cap. This time, go through the weft. Make sure your needle's in the middle. Pull it through. Again, through the cap, through the wefts. Make sure your needle's in the middle of these 2 strings. Then you're going to pull it through. On your last time, actually, you're going to wrap one of those strings around the needle 3 times. That's all you got to do. And then pull it through. This will create a tiny little knot at the end of it, and that will really, really secure it. You'll see what I'm talking about right here. How it's kind of like bunched up. That's your knot, and you're just going to pull it through. The only thing different is you wrap the string around the needle 3 times. And that's how you sew. Then you're going to cut it off or cut off the excess. And then I usually just hand tie a knot or 2 around, not around, I just tie a knot or 2. I just really want it to be secure, okay? A unit, you're supposed to be able to wear over and over and over again. It is not supposed to fall apart. So I like to secure all of my tracks. I hope y'all don't think I'm talking too much, but I'm really trying to show y'all this in detail. As you can see, that track is not going anywhere. So now with the frontal, I'm going to show you. So what I just pointed at, that's the top of my mannequin head. It's just at an odd angle. I am going to fix the angle. So you're going to do the same thing. I start in the middle of my frontal, go down one side, and then I start in the middle again and go down the other side. So you're going to pull it through, and here I go again. You're going to put it through the frontal, through the cap. Make sure your needle's in the middle of those 2 strings, just like last time, and pull it through. It's the same exact steps. At this point, you don't have to worry about an elastic band because you're at the top of your wig. There is no elastic band. You just put it through the frontal, you put it through the cap, you make sure your needle is in the middle, and then you pull it through. What I do is I go all the way down as I'm doing right now, and then I go a little bit back up. You see how I touched the bottom of the frontal, and now I'm going to start going back up a little bit. And I do this because I don't want just like a really, it's not even really big, but I don't want that knot kind of at the bottom. I want it to be a little bit more up top so it looks just a little bit more seamless. So yeah, I just work my way up. You only have to go up like a dash. You don't have to go all the way back up to the top. Then you wrap your string around the needle, pull, and make your knot. And that is it for this video, guys. In my next video, I will be showing you how I plucked the wig to make it look a little bit more natural. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it was slow enough for you guys to learn a little bit something. Leave me a comment. As always, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.